To Vikendi is here in day number 3.
Intense music galore, we're ready to go. Obviously it's BTR in the plane for us, watching them drop out first, but we'll see where they go. Very much heavy western plane here. Cosmodrome, Trebno, Peshkova, or Podvosto, a little bit more difficult to get to, but definitely not impossible. Now,
No cement factory for Avenger.
No cement factory for Avenger, very, very sad. See, the thing is about, again, it's quite a circular map, so rotations come in thick and fast. You can go around the entirety of the map. It's an Avenger map, okay? You know, it's Avengers map right here.
Oh goodness me!
You can head all the way up to Port Zabava, and there's nothing stopping you in your way from making that long rotate into Hot Springs. There's our first circle. Hits Cosmodrome, so all the teams are gonna be scrambling to get up towards a position, find somewhere good. And this is what I was talking about before about Vikendi, John. Is that you want to find a decent compound nice and early, and then hold there. That's gonna be your home for not the foreseeable future, but for at least quite a while.
Yeah, a couple of circles at least. There's a team that I really feel for here. It's UDO Gank here. They've headed down towards Milner. And they dropped out not only late of the plane, but they've got the furthest rotation on the map right now. There's so many teams going to be making that rotation. It's going to be very, very tricky for them. They might even be reduced to just playing Edge for this entire game based on how these the plane and circle falls.
Yeah, look, I have to bring it back to this because I'm bringing it back. Okay, UDO Gank. I'm really happy about this team, specifically because we were there when we watched some of the global finals. I think I've talked about this before, but the sheer improvement of these players is wild, because we were watching them on a global stage, and now we're seeing them again on a global stage, and they're doing ridiculously well. I think they can make it happen. Martin takes a trip on the floor, courtesy of Scout.
Yeah, no one really anywhere near him. They're just out to the west of Coal Mine, and Martin pretty much alone, getting hot dropped by Scout. You're gonna find out about it. Martin takes a tumble.
I mean, Scout's got some. Scout also, he passes the vibe check.
Oh yeah.
He passes the vibe check in-game and out of game too, because, I mean, I see this guy on Instagram, I see the drip that he's got going.
It's the blonde hair.
He's got silver hair, man, get it right. He's got silver hair.
Whatever.
Don't call it blonde, he'd be very unhappy to hear that. Now we're watching you level up. Again, this team has slightly bit of a rough time. So Hyoshan, who's on our screen right now, dropped down from the high heights, and it was pretty much difficult for him to get back. That's the only way that he could have got away from there, and the circle said, well, actually, you're going to have to walk a little bit further. Get your rock bouldering shoes on, mate.
Your snowshoes out, let's go. See what you can pad your way towards this time around. Over near Hot Springs, you've got T1, currently pretty alone, near enough to you level up to be maybe a little bit of a trouble, but they should be able to rotate in.
Another team that has a lot of mechanical potential, in my opinion. I think T1 is pretty crazy good in that sense. I'm excited to see some more. We didn't see them in the last game, but now we get to see them now, which is just beautiful. I have a lot of respect for this team, especially for the Korean team coming into this lobby as the sole Korean team as well, and representing their country. So you know what, T1 fighting, let's go.
See what they can do. First game of the regular league. Are they going to be able to do the do? That's the question.
That's the real question. Do the do it's all about doing the do, you know.
You got to do the do, don't do the do.
I doodly agree.
Fair enough. Well, looks like Box are going to be trying to do something as well. They're rotating in on the northern side from Port. That was a tricky segue, but we made it happen. Speaking of segues, Box Gaming going to be moving over from Port out to the eastern side, obviously trying to get some land over on the northern side. They're going to compete with Morph, though, for those locations.
Okay, so if you had to... So you know we got the warp head on Sandhawk?
Yep.
I want to see the war Segway come to Vikendi, now that you've mentioned it, because it would just be hilarious watching players
like an electric scooter.
Yeah, it's a solo vehicle. No one else can get on. It's just for you.
That'd be cool. And you can do little tricks.
Yeah.
When you jump over stuff.
Yeah, that would be ace.
You have to tell your mum to watch you.
Like the snowboard at Christmas.
Yeah.
That was actually really fun when I was playing that in game. Yeah. But I felt like people kept ruining my fun. They'd come up to the mountains and shoot me, and I was like, look, I know we're playing PUBG Mobile, it's a battle royale, but right now I'm snowboarding.
That doesn't pass the vibe check.
It doesn't. No, it was very, very rude. Back to the game, however. Team IND, they're saying Kratos very much forward towards Peshkova.
Wow.
The rest of the team is currently in Cement Factory. You know, Kratos, he is the ultimate scout at the moment. He's so far forward for the rest of the team. I mean, he's got his ghillie suit on, he's got his binoculars out. That's what he's good for. He makes sure he can find the other team, scout out the area, and make it nice and easy for the rest of his team to waltz into.
Hopefully he's more James Bond than Johnny English. We'll see what he's
That's the hope, yeah.
able to get done there.
I don't know how many people will get that reference.
Both very well, I think James Bond most people will get. Johnny English, maybe not so much.
Yeah. If you have not seen Johnny English, you should go watch it. Hilarious. Rowan Atkinson at his best.
Mr. Bean is bringing that sort of energy, that sort of vibe. It's great. That was a bit off track, but there we go. A little bit of pop culture referencing coming on through. Kratos over in Peshkova, the only team who have sent a scout out that way. So they are going to have pretty distinct control, certainly distinct information over that area. The question is, at what point do the rest of Team IND go and join them?
Yeah, I think now. Honestly,
that would be a good.
Honestly now, because most of the teams will be moving in. I think I see GXR Celt actually heading over towards where Kratos is holding. He's now moved out of Peshkova, and he's just watching over the top side. Valdis, the murder, coming up towards Trevno. So I appreciate at least that Kratos is aware that, look, I've scouted out Peshkova, I've got as much loot as possible, I cannot stay here. This is not a safe position to be in. Let me just go find an overlook area, and then from there I can just provide all the information that the rest of our team need. But currently, Team IND are rotating parallel to you level up. So you level up will have a clear idea where this team is going, but right now they are at least bumper carring them into the coastal side.
There we go. We did want to see a little bit of bumper cars, even though it's not going to be a Dino Park circle. We're going to get our wish, fortunately enough. We'll see just what sort of damage they can do to one another. Plenty of teams on the northern side, though, Blank, and that's quite the traffic jam moving forwards. You've got Orange Rock, Morph, Freestyle, and Box all trying to get in over the north of Coal Mine and near Cosmodrome.
Yeah, I mean, Morph are currently holding the big gatekeeper. Ooh, okay. Not only the big gatekeeper, apparently they've laid down some dynamite in the way. That's
me. That's Baba going bang. That's not going to be good. Not good for the health there for Freestyle. They have 3 players now remaining. Motu, Kashuf, and Malik are going to be bringing up with the trio.
King of Gamers, all the way on the western side, they're rotating together in one vehicle, I believe. We didn't see all that much from that crazy new team that come into the scene and shocked everyone. I want to see some more of that. I don't know if it's nerves or it's being on the world stage. I mean, I just want to see more out of them. And I think now they're getting to the league stages. The opening weekend for more for seeding. Maybe they were holding it back a few strategies. We heard a little bit of that from Kratos. So hopefully we'll see something different here. It's the first game that we'll see them today, as the same with T1. But they have to move through with what you have said is a traffic jam. The caltrops are down. Let's see if they can remove them and make their way through. Disarm the trap, so to speak.
Sweep them to the side of the road and have clear runway in front of them. That's the name of the game. King of Gamers, though, do not have a clear way through. Pime takes a lot of damage, but Braga goes down, and King of Gamers lose a player early.
And I mean, if you're rotating into the sea, this would be fine. But now they've got a real struggle ahead of them. They can try and swim across the icy depths to the other side, but Morph will have a clear idea where they're going. The saving grace is there's more teams here. There's Box as well and Orange Rock to the south. So Morph have to be wary considering they're putting up such a big fight here on the coastal side. Most teams will be like, we know you're here now. We're going to be wary of you and stay safe. And I think at this moment, yeah, maybe it is time for King of Gamers just to swim across and try and find some safety on the other side of the, I wouldn't say river, but the delta here at the top.
Wikitron still out in the blue, all the way down in the south, near Winery, making those.
I knew it'd come back and help me later on.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Great stuff.
Thank you, Mr. Waits. Big up. I'm so sorry, mate. I just completely derailed you. Carry on.
Sorry, no, I thought, are you done?
I'm done now. Carry on, good sir.
Wikitron still out in the blue near Udu Gank. Now, Udu Gank was that team that I mentioned earlier. They're going to have a very long, difficult rotation here, and it's going to be made all the harder by the fact that they're right next to Bigitron now, who are going to make the same rotation. And if there's one team that I think you don't want to be stuck in close quarters with, Blank, it's Bigitron Red Aliens.
Yeah, they're terrifying. I mean, you would have thought they're literally aliens with the way they laser down people around the map. It's a little bit scary, so just want to make sure you don't get abducted by them during this game and sent back to the lobby screen. Team I&D, though, now they've got them on the map for you guys. Let's talk about them really quick, because they have now centered up with Kratos. I'm really happy to see it. The scout worked out wonderfully. Now they have a very good place towards the eastern side of the coast.
That's possibly the most perfectly central circle I've ever seen.
So beautiful.
Avenger could never.
Avenger could never live up to this. He'll never reach these heights.
Fantastic. Well, I'm sure he's going to try his best. And that's what we're here for, right? Teams trying their best, people trying their best.
You don't have to do him like that. Come on.
Hey, you know, you've got to put in the effort, and eventually you're going to get somewhere. Maybe one day he'll be a circle god himself.
Day 21. That's what I expect to see.
Day 22.
That's when he goes home.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but sometimes it happens like that.
Maybe he can throw it in on the fan moments. He'll go home and he'll send in his drawing.
That would be a pretty fun moment.
That would be the funnest moment.
Box making a rotation on the western side. They're moving south. They're moving away from that traffic jam that we spoke earlier of on the northern side. They don't want any part of it. And to be fair, it makes sense. There's very few places where you can cross safely up there. So making that move down south when you know that the circle's not going to be pushing you too hard, moving around the foothills of Mount Kreshnek seems to be where they're opting to go.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a while here, but I mean, you can understand why they do it specifically because the circle centers in, but it's also outside of the bridge now, which is why they know that Morph have to move into the circle. So whilst Morph are biding their time, recentering themselves, Box and King of Gamers can also move in past Mount Kreshnek. Like you're saying, it's a decent place to kind of springboard yourself forward within the circle. Right now, everyone's playing edge, and Avenger did mention this on the desk, saying that, look, no one's really playing center at the moment. Everyone trying to just wait each other out. No one wants to get in the middle, and you don't blame them, because if you are the first team to go middle, everyone's going to be looking at you. Best case scenario, you have a better chance of being in the next circle, but it's still tough. But we'll see which team actually takes that advice from Avenger and tries to make it happen, because although it's a risky move, it can pay off massively.
You know, I've just thought, Blank.
Yeah,
River Delta.
Oh, really?
A river delta.
Wow, that's
when river
incredible for
splits
you.
off into several different branches to go into the sea. What you're talking about is an estuary.
Is that an estuary?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I stand corrected. Tom Waits failed me.
It's unfortunate.
Not Tom Waits, Mr. Waits.
Mr. Waits.
Yeah, sorry.
Tom Waits.
Tom Waits, he didn't fail me.
Goodness me.
He's been slamming some great music in my hotel room. Okay.
Fantastic. Fair enough. Megastars slamming some great knocks over onto Udo Gank on that rotation from the south side. They are currently playing guard on the coastal rotation there. Cement Factory being guarded on the exit, and Udo will take the full death there, so they're down to 3. Sprays coming in from Morph onto Freestyle. Malik is going to go down, so now Freestyle down to 2. That was a real quick rattle. That
was really nice. They had one player go for the knock, second player just lasered in afterwards. Yeah, that was very, very nicely done.
Oh, like a couple of shots.
I love this from the observers. That's so cool.
Shoof trying to get some retribution, but I don't think they're going to be so lucky there. Are going to have to move out, caught in the blue. No mercy. Wants to stay out there a little bit longer, though. Next circle pushes people slightly more coastal, but again, not too many teams affected by it. The main thing, as we said, the main feature is this northern kerfuffle, which is going to be Morph and Freestyle as well. Orange Rock actually want to come into this one. They're all the way on the south of this fight, but it looks like they want a third party.
Yeah, and they're moving in to where Morph and Freestyle are currently fighting. The third party would be good here because you'd get a good landing zone in terms of just outside of Cosmodrome. There's some nice hills there that you can look over the top and get some scouting potential. Box are coming up behind Nova Godlike, but it's Freestyle versus Morph that we want to take a look at.
Oh, he's going aggressive, Motu, but it's going to go down. The MP5 not really doing too much for him there. And another kill will be found. Freestyle now down to 1.
Yeah, that's quite literally a frenzy coming through from Morph, and now Orange Rock, in the chaos, have managed to sneak their way in past them. So currently they're now ahead of Morph, so Morph will have to run. So this is very, very good planning from Orange Rock. We'll see if it comes to bear, though.
Do they know that Kashuf is over in Cosmodrome, though? Will they be able to deal with that? There is a potential third party to be had. You know, after these pitch battles, a single player can make all the difference.
Yeah, but right now, you know, that Shuf just kind of wants to, Kashuf just wants to stay still, doesn't want to do too much, but Okay, Jexy. Beautiful shot through there. Will drop one player down. So now we've evened the odds. 3v3, Scout looking to move across. In that moment, though, Morph could push into the other two players. That would be probably the best move, in my opinion.
They haven't really taken that initiative fast enough, and now the res is coming through onto Marvi. They're going to have that fire line established up on the top of the hill. Ooh, no mercy. Just are able to skirt around the side of the building in the UAS, get their vehicle to safety. Not going to be able to get blown up, but well, a lot of those vehicles on fire there at the back. They're going to try and get something, but Orange Rock leave the fight. They disengage fully. Marvi out in the open, and it looks like Orange Rock in general going to be rotating through Cosmodrome, pushing across to the other side as the blue zone will put pressure on Morph.
Yeah, they've already done the damage to Morph in the sense that they now have to always have their wits about them moving forwards. So a little bit tricky for them. Orange Rock, on the other hand, have intel on team as well as vehicles, so things are very good indeed. BTR currently with no chance gaming. They just got a knock early on. They've got them back on our screen. Heineken under heavy fire for BTR, and now Choco Nut taking shots from behind.
Yeah, Bigatron, they've already managed to get themselves 2 kills. You do gank, not really having the greatest of times. We talked about how that was going to be a difficult rotation for them, Blank, and it's really come to bear. Only jumper remains. Bigatron, 4 players strong. They're on the south side, near to no chance team. They have got an advanced player forwards, an advanced position from one of their players, but looks like that's not going to go so well for them. Luxy does take a knee. Luckily, Microboy's right there, able to help his friends, able to make sure he's securing everybody else around him.
Yeah, keep it calm, keep it collected. This is fine. Zuxi, though, with a beautiful off angle. Nexo comes in. The circle is just so attracted to this coastal line, so most players have read this very, very well, moving off to the coastal side, but that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams out of the blue on the south side, all going to have to run in together.
Oh, man.
Kashuf, though, he's playing a dangerous game with Orange Rock.
God, he's got the
I'm sleeping.
Octo camo. Look at him, he's in his PJs. He's harmless. Don't mind me. Don't mind
napping.
me. I'm just having a sleep, guys. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I promise. I promise it's fine.
Like lullaby music in the background.
How's he getting away with that?
I'm not a threat.
To be fair, you know, Orange Rock don't feel the need to clear this. They're going to be leaving it anyway, so they'll be sending on for the hills. Question is, will that come back to bite them? We'll have to wait and see.
Really, we're looking at BTR and No Chance on the screen. No Chance have been given a chance by the circle here because now BTR have to push into them. So BTR, though, we know them as a team that is very good at finding the cracks within the circle to push through and get in there and insert themselves. But already No Chance Gaming, they've sent a forward scout out past Udo Gank's jumper. But everyone's starting to clump up now, and you know what? Compound's starting to become limited. But Team IND, they've not moved once. Kratos, he knew in his mind's eye that this is where the circle will end. And he was like, this is a good spot. We will stay here now, okay?
God of War laying out the strategy for the squad, making it work. Fantastic stuff. We'll see if they're able to hold on to that position. King of Gamers getting pushed in from the southwestern side of the circle, near Nova Godlike, but Bigatron are still trying to push in towards the south. Udo and No Chance team going to have to try and take this fight. Jumper holding it down. Last player remaining. 16 teams are in it, so they don't want to go out first here, Blank. After such a great performance in the previous game, wouldn't be a good way to finish it off, but Choconut goes around the corner, will go down, but is not going to be able to get any more. Unfortunate there. Udo Gank eliminated after the really tricky rotation time they had.
No Chance kind of forced Jumper's hand there. He knew he had to make something happen, but I don't think he expected all 3 players to run into the barn. I mean, it's not the safest of places, so I too would not have expected the same thing, but BTR, they've moved around the right-hand side, and already it feels like so much action's happened that we've not really had much chance to see what happened in this circle, honestly. And we're going to get our next one. Drops right on top of Team IND. Super duper happy with that one. This one, they also got a lot of good terrain surrounding them. So really what they need to do now that they're central is just, like they say, like Avenger said on the desk, is set up a player with an off angle, look out towards where people are coming from. Their job right now is not to fight and kill teams, it's to gather information. PUBG Mobile, at the end of the day, is an information gathering game. If you can find out where the other teams are, you can... Oh my lord.
2 teams just got eliminated. Both King of Gamers and Freestyle. And looks like No Chance team might be pretty close to it as well. Plenty of damage being sent out their way. It's Box to rain down hell from the top of the cliff. Loki does get knocked in response, but Box have a really strong firing line there.
That they do. So No Chance Gaming, they're struggling somewhat, and Box from this hillside is going to be very hard to dethrone. BTR, on the other hand, they're moving up the eastern side, and everybody's letting them do it. This is where Team IND, you level up, have to be super cognizant of what is going on around them, because you know what, BTR, they could go for the biggest backstab.
See if they're able to third party, if they're able to go for the biggest backstab, the big backstab. That's what we want to see. Orange Rock fought their way through. They're on the western side and pressuring on towards Morph. They're on the edge of the circle, so they are a little bit of a disadvantage. However, they have got this big ridgeline to play around.
Also earlier, Scout, in fact, blew up a vehicle with one of the Morph players rotating and killing one outright. That was Zay, in fact. So Morph is currently on 3. And now Orange Rock, they're mounting up, they're moving in. Scout is that back member, the sniper for the team. Molotov comes through over the side, but Gil is going to look to vault into this compound.
Vikendi, the map of compound breaches. That's exactly what we're going to get from Orange Rock here as Morph holding it down. Trying to hold these walls and stop these vaults from coming through. The smokes up close allow Orange Rock to move around pretty effectively. Frenzy, not quite able to spot them out as Jexy as well, low HP on the sidelines. Orange Rock opening these buildings and moving through this. This is cold, calm and collected, Blank.
They've infiltrated the compound now, and just even that way, they've evicted more from their position. We're going to get a quick replay on our screen. Look at that. That's how COG went down. Beautifully done from Godless there. Bang! That is crazy.
Orange Rock able to get one pick on this compound push. Now it's just Frenzy left in play for Morph in the compound, hiding down by the boxes. They haven't spotted him out just yet. Looking for some help from anywhere he can get it. Volt's actually outside of the compound over the wall. He might just be able to survive here, the last remaining player for Morph, but I think they're going to know just what's coming through.
Oh yeah, he's playing do-si-do with them right now. They have no idea where he is. Oh my lord, Scout over the side. Pole jumper with the Uzi in hand.
Goodness me, that's going to be Morph eliminated, but the battle for the hilltop is going to rage between T1 and Nova Godlike. At the moment, T1 holding it down pretty effectively. A lot of damage found on another nade to get yet another knock. A Molotov trying to push, and up the hill they go. And they get yet another knock onto Nova Godlike as Box are coming into the fight. Okay, this is 3 teams vying for this spot, and both of the teams trying to ascend are fighting off against each other, giving T1 the perfect situation.
Yeah, T1 has to stay active, though, in this fight if they want to prevent one of these teams from finding a good position. That means nades, that means off angles, and right now they're doing it supremely well.
They're just allowing this fight to happen beneath them and picking up the scraps.
Oh, the point.
Spray down with the G36 ZZP, able to get plenty of points for his team. 5 kills now for T1.
And now they're leaving as well. This is so fast. It's unbelievable. T1 missile goes out first. ZZP left behind to prevent Nova Godlike and the last dregs of Box from getting into the circle. This was very well done from T1. They knew they had to cripple both teams on the southern side so they get into the circle safely and clear those angles. Oh. Vampire, get out the way. Lewis is coming through.
Goodness me, he's made it as well, but he's going to go straight into the waiting arms of Orange Rock. Laid bare on the hillside, doesn't really have too much cover. If Orange Rock peek up and over, they're going to see him. They're going to take him down, no problem. T1 taking a couple of shots as well into the fight, finally taking a knock, but Bigatron also in engagements left and right. Team IND trying to guard them out.
Oh yeah, this is probably one of my favorite parts on Vikendi. It's where there's less compounds, it's all hills, rocks and trees, and it's all down to whether you can spot the enemy teams ahead of you. Microbo goes for a beautiful spray onto Swag.
At range as well. Nicely controlled there. Plenty of damage. Easy pickup for Microboy, but the nades, they're being sent out their way. Bigatron actually down on their luck a little bit. 2 players down as Microboy falls to the blue. Luxy out the zone and his twins leaving him. Zuxi just wants to get in.
You actually think he's moving over towards Rise, and I think he knows he's going to go down at the vehicle, but at least Rise will be able to pick him up before he actually hits.
There he is.
There he is. Got him.
Managed to get in. Team IND.
Oh, okay, never mind. Got him, apparently.
Wow, okay, they get splat. And Bigatron out early yet again. This is, okay, not the greatest start for them. They had 3 points in the first game. They go down pretty early this time around. But teams are dropping left and right. Blank, you level up, hit the floor. The drop shot specialists. But finally, GXR Celts are able to shut them down.
Got a huge amount of teams going out left, right, and center. T1 has just about made their way in. Orange Rock, though, playing this one superbly. I don't think we've seen a misplay from them as of yet. Very, very cool from these guys currently on the western side, but they have to move in. Valdez the Murder currently in front of them, Goddard, Arm, Joan. And after Orange Rock found a couple of kills onto them last game and also took out one of their players towards the beginning of this game in Martin, Valdez will be looking for revenge.
And now things start to quiet down, Blank. We hit that critical mass of teams close together, and now it's the calm before the next one comes on through. When you have so many teams crunched in, you are going to see those sparks fly, and that's exactly what just happened. So many teams went down. We're down to 5 already. That was an absolutely insane set of rotations.
Yeah, Gil's actually able to make his way through, getting shot in the toe currently. Just about swings his little tootsies round there, keeping him safe. In comes the rest of the team, but it snacks though. A beautiful shot from the side, supporting his fellow brothers from South Asia.
Orange Rock managed to get their way a little bit closer, but they're not quite out of it just yet. They have to keep on going forward. Scout just roused out Goddard. And Valdez the Murder, they're suffering at the hands of Orange Rock.
Scout took down Martin at the beginning of the game, and he's here to finish the job onto Valdez the Murder. Out comes the Molotov, but the blue will force him forward, but at least he has a hill ridge side here to play around with.
Scout has 6 kills. I don't know if you caught that on the UI. That's insane. Arn Jones going to give him the 7th.
Another! Oh my God, Scout is really picking up the heat here.
We talked about how RRQ and Orange Rock were these heavy fraggers. Well, RRQ isn't in this lobby, so it's Orange Rock's time to shine. They're coming through and they're coming out swinging. 4 teams remaining. They have 10 kills and they are keeping the pressure up towards T1.
Watching Saden here, this is the same guy that got about 7 shotgun kills in quick succession, but I believe that is now T1 going out here. Orange Rock finish off the job. Damn, Orange Rock are just a kill squad right now, sweeping across from the western side of the map.
Team IND, they're now starting to take the fight with GXR Celts. It's a South Asian final circle here, Blank, all the way. Not really too many more to be getting on with. Team IND trying to fight from their defilade. They had a really strong start, but now they're caught in a really tricky spot.
The question is, do they have any vehicles left remaining to them? Remember, they didn't have to move too far. So yes, they do. IND Slayer is in one of them, so they'll be able to set up some kind of fortifications. But Viru, Scout, they're looking to crest over the side and take some shots onto Team IND.
What a firing line these guys have. Scout gets 1 for 1 right now. Viru trying to get those refrags as Slayer goes very, very low behind the vehicle. But IND getting knocked as well from the sidelines.
Oh.
This is the tricky spot. They are in the valley, Blank, and they cannot get out without some miracle performances.
It's a trifecta of bullets coming across the screen. Not one team is not suffering casualties from this fight. This is beautiful. Ultron now fully stemmed up. He's got some decent gear on board too. And now it's 2 players. IND Slayer goes down. He will not be slaying for any longer. And now it's Snacks. Oh, really? I think he's just a snack for Orange Rock now.
Wow, goodness me. Orange Rock racking up the points right now. Team IND eliminated. GXR Celts with 2 players left standing. And they are feeling the pressure coming through from Orange Rock. They're just moving straight across these hillsides and they wipe everybody clean out the circle. Huge kill points coming through. 14 points from kills and 20 for the placements. It's the chicken dinner for Orange Rock.
I'm flabbergasted. That was